Julie.
Up next, we have the brilliant Ifrah Ahmed.
Hello there.
How you doing?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Good.
Oh, wow. Welcome. Sit down. Sit down.
Thank you.
You smell fantastic. You're beautiful. Ifrah,
Yes.
where are you from?
Guess where I'm from? I'm from Drumcondra.
I thought I recognised the accent all right.
I came to Ireland back in 2006.
From?
Just guess where I'm from.
I would have somewhere in Africa, I guess. But don't be getting annoyed at me now. Sierra Leone.
Nope.
This could take a while.
Two to go.
I have two more guesses.
Yeah.
Two to go. You're not from... Are you from Liberia?
Do I look like?
Don't take that attitude with me, Missy.
Okay.
Congo. Don't
Really?
get offended, Jesus Christ! I'm plucking names out of fresh air here.
Forget about it.
Okay.
As I said to you, I'm from Dublin.
Yeah.
Drumcondra.
Yeah.
And I live in place where you get married. That's where I live now.
You live up in Monaghan?
Yes.
I thought I detected a trace of the accent there. All right. So you came here in 2006, and how old were you when you came here?
I was 17, almost going 18.
Right.
So I tell you where I'm from. I'm from Somalia originally, but I'm Irish citizen. Very proud Irish.
Well, we're delighted to have you.
Thank you.
I mean that. Why did you come from Somalia?
Basically, Somalia's been war over 30 years.
Yeah.
I came to Ireland as a refugee. I was one of the luckiest people that received the island very well.
Yeah.
I was given welcome, and I was given refugee, and now I'm a citizen. I have my Irish passport.
Yeah.
And I started campaigning against practice female genital mutilation.
Okay.
Would you know what it is?
I have a very rough idea. I wouldn't practice it myself, but... Even if I was asked.
Yeah. Basically, Somalia is one of the countries where female circumcision is practiced, and it's practiced 98%. So when I came to Ireland first, I went to hospital. As an African refugee asylum who came to Ireland, I have to go through medical check, where every asylum who came to Ireland being taken to hospital as a test, includes HIV/AIDS, hepatitis, and all diseases you can name it that people think African people has. And there was one thing that I found that Ireland had no clue, and the medical team were very ignorant. And that was female circumcision, because it happened to me when I was 8 years old in Somalia.
Can I ask you, first of all, could you explain to me exactly what female circumcision is?
Yeah. Female circumcision is basically a cutting for young girls aged 0 to 12. And they remove all the clitoris and they sew it back, hold things up again. So a female circumcision it causes death, it causes bleeding, it causes kidney failure, and it damages really the women's life. And it happened to me when I was 8 years old. And my voice is not, for me, I moved away being a victim. I said, I don't want to be the victim, but I want to be the voice that protects young girls who are born and raised in Ireland and who are born and raised around the world who cannot have the voices. So I remember first time when I was given my status in Ireland as a refugee, I was told you have a voice and you have a right to live. You have a right to raise your voice. And that has taken in my head saying, I was given a voice in Ireland, and that voice, I want to use it in Somalia.
Can I ask you, what reason do people give for the mutilation?
It's different because some people, they say it's religion and it has to be practiced because they believe...
What religion?
I'm a Muslim, actually Islamic, and I think female genital mutilation has no place in Islam or any other religions. It's a barbaric cultural practice.
What's the relationship between Somali people and sex? Like if the... Not talking about the barbarity of the assault, but in terms of sexual relations between men and women, what is the nature of that relationship? Is sex seen as something for both people to enjoy, or is it, or what is it?
The first thing on female genital mutilation also says that it protects the young girl not to go above to have sex around. So family believe that if the girl is not cut, she can go and have sex with everyone. So they say if the girl is mutilated or the girl is cut, it protects not to have sex.
How?
That is what they believe, because there are a lot of women around the world who are not cut, who are still living their life and their sex lifestyle. And then also, I come from a place where sexual talk or anything are not really open. People don't talk about sexuality, and people don't talk about... even female genital mutilation, I was not really allowed to talk, because even living in Ireland, I used to get blackmailed. I used to get a lot of people threatening me. They're going to kill me. They're going to shut my mouth. And, you know, if I don't stop talking about... So it's basically, it's not something people talk about usually on the sexuality. So
does the act of it somehow make women ashamed?
Well, it's really hard to say, because, you know, that is how God has made us. And there's nothing to be ashamed. For me now, I believe that my grandmother took away something belonged to me, that I can never have it. And when I talk to other girls, they tell me how, you know, their clitoris or, you know, their feelings and all that. It makes me really upset, because, you know, we don't have this kind of feelings, and we are different, because every time I look at myself, I just feel like, why am I different to a young Irish or non-Somali women who are not cut? And that is one answer I could never get from my family or anyone else. So it's a lot of complicated things that people would say, one, because they say it's religion, it's not religion, it's culture, it's this, it's that. So
there's the act of it, the act of the mutilation. How exactly do they do that?
How did they do it?
Yeah.
For example, let me take back myself when I was first cut. I remember it was my grandmother's brother who did to me. And I remember coming in a room where we were all together 10 girls. And the other issue is that we go through with one scissors, and all the things we being cut, they are all same. The only thing that been doing, it was washed with hot water and salt, and the next person goes through. And I remember one of the 9 girls, she died because she could not go to the toilet, because she was damaged very badly and sew it back together so hard, and she could not wee, and then she swallowed her stomach and she passed away. And I remember my grandmother holding my hands, and my grandmother brother was cutting my clitoris and sewing back, and there's not even anything to support you pain being given to anybody. It's just like cut yourself and put a lemon or even perfume, and you know, that is the kind of feeling I had. But I feel my grandmother have damaged me, and she take away something from me. But again, I was given opportunity in Ireland, and I was told you can leave, and I was given a better life, and this is this better life that I want to take it back. And then before I came to Ireland, I was living with my grandma. I never seen a problem. But now, as a growing woman, women who can live her life the way they want, the way she wanted, I went back, and then same time I was given the opportunity to live here. But I said, if I can save one girl's life, I will take that opportunity to fight for it and to continue that fight and say, I don't want any other girl to go through what has happened to me. And I wanted those young girls to be safe from this terrible practice. Yeah. So I'm lucky, you know, I'm really lucky, and I'm always...
Do you want a tissue?
Yes, please.
Let me have a tissue.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I think you need one inside.
I've never even seen a vagina. Here, I'll let you hold those beside you. Okay. Do you... so there's the barbarity of the act. And I guess having... for somebody so young to be going through that, you know, you can sense here the horror of hearing about that. But in Somalia, does it make any difference?
No, it doesn't, because I remember first time when I went to Somalia, I sit with the religious leaders, community women, and youth and politicians. So I was trying to explain about this practice should stop, and we have to educate those mothers who are practicing. So every time the message I get was, go back where you come from, you've been in Western world, you're brainwashed, you came to tell us now FGM is wrong, that you've been changing mentally. So the community basically, it was very hard to actually, for me, I've been in Somalia in and out, in almost now 4 years. But these 4 years has been very hard because they reject me. I go on TV and I shout, and I've been loud, and I've been fighting with everyone and say, look, this is my passport. I come from Ireland and I'm going back anytime. But we are all trying to save that girls, those girls who are at risk. I was lucky because I have my own foundation called Ifrah Foundation. So I have a beautiful Irish team who are supporting my campaign through Ifrah Foundation, who I contact with them and I say I want to do something, and they send me money to travel to the village. And then mothers, when they find the girls were bleeding 5 hours, I could get phone call and say, listen, there's a girl, she was cut and she's bleeding, what can we do? I facilitate calling around and asking hospitals, can you please take this child and, you know, support with blood? If the family say they don't have money, I could send money and say, we have to bring the child to the nearest hospital. So for me is, if I can save girls, if I can educate mothers, if I can talk to the politician, if I can talk to anyone, I would do whatever it takes. So, but it's hard because, you know, you can imagine a country where it's 100% Muslim, country where it's been war over 30 years, and, you know, to change your mentality, telling people that this practice is bad, and especially community that is practiced almost every day. How could you change that mentality? It's
well,
very
it takes a leader to change a tribe.
Yeah, that is why, you know, we just keep going. But it's, again, if you are not the man, you are nobody. Because, you know, I come from this culture where men are the power and women are no one. And just, it's hard because, you know, when you meet a group of men and you're trying to explain things, they will make you look, why don't you just go back to Ireland? That is the best place for you to tell this.
Can I ask you how you came from Somalia to Ireland?
Yeah, I came as a refugee. I wasn't coming to Ireland, but I'm lucky that I ended up in Ireland. I was going to America, and I came with trafficker, and I...
You came with trafficker?
Yes.
Can you tell me what that was like? From where to where?
From Ethiopia to Ireland.
But how?
I came with bus. I mean, like, it was very tough and it was very hard for traveling Mogadishu to Ethiopia. I mean, like, the problem was because of the military on the street and, you know, some of the women being raped, and there was a lot of damage during our trip. And then sometimes the bus might not work, sometimes daytime it's hard to travel, and then it travels at night, and sometimes nighttime, and, you know, it was
So you're travelling at night, avoiding the military?
Avoiding military, and also the women being raped and all sort of things, because...
Do you mean taken off the bus and raped?
Yeah. I mean, the women, the bus, they stop the bus, they take all the money, they take the food, they take everything, and they rape women. And it was very hard trip, but, you know...
So from Ethiopia, then...
Mogadishu to Addis Ababa.
And then how did you travel from Addis Ababa?
I came with plane. We flew from Addis, and then we came to other country in Europe, and then we came to Ireland. And I went to this asylum center where I was with another 18 young refugees, and I asked them, was it same as my experience? And they all said, yes, it was. And then I told them that somebody have to speak out. The girls refused because they say, we are refugees, we don't understand this language, we don't want to get into trouble, we don't want to talk to FGM, or we don't want to explain to the Irish society. So I take the lead and I say, I will speak out. So I was lucky to raise my voice, my personal experience, and fight for the legislation within Ireland. And we were so lucky. I became a very friendly with Labour Party, who was take the issue on board. And after 6 years, the female genital mutilation bill was passed in Ireland, and it became a law when the first time Michael D. Hagan became the president of Ireland. So I speak out, and I was listened to the Irish community, Irish politician, and it was taken into second level. So I may not have this opportunity in America, I might not have this opportunity in UK. And I always say, I never say that I'm from Somalia. I just say I'm from Ireland. You know, I say I'm from Drumcondra. And the truth is that that is where my life began, living in Drumcondra and meeting with a lot of new people and going to English class, because I didn't speak English before I came here. So I started new life. But today I'm happy and lucky to say that I can make a difference to save the young girls within the country and outside the country.
Sure. Well, can I just say that it's a remarkable work, and you're a remarkable woman, and I'm very, very proud that you're Irish.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ifrah Ahmed.